So Bundaberg Brewed Drinks are the makers of the iconic Bundaberg ginger beer, and then we have a range of flavours. What we do that is different to everyone else in the world is we take time. That's all we do. We use real ingredients and we take time to ferment them and brew them, some up to 7 days, and then we bottle them in glass, and then that iconic stubby that we all know and love, and put a cap on it and send it around the world.
I'm Rayleigh Fleming. I'm the daughter of Cliff and Lee Fleming, two of the original founders. Nev and Glav Fleming were also my grandparents, and I sit on the board of Bundaberg Brewed Drinks, and my husband, John McLean, is our CEO.
So I joined the business, 95, so I'm still on probation. Cliff hasn't given me my full ticket yet, but it's great. We're now in our 4th generation of family business. For Bundaberg, our brand recognition is just amazing. 1 in 4 households buy us, but 92% of Australians know our brand. And that's quite amazing for a little company that comes from Bundy to get out there, not just in the world, but in Australia. It really resonates that we've done a fantastic job, and we are Bundaberg.
Our brand is part of people's rituals. They're part of people's special moments. Often we have stories of families who a father and son might go out to the beach and have a ginger beer together. It's all part of their family stories. It's a family giving to other families. Well, family is the heart of what we do. So I was born in 1968, and my dad and my mum, and they had an opportunity to come to Bundaberg and buy a little tiny soft drink factory at that stage. I was 6 months old at that time, so it was a struggle. It was only a small business. Coming not from a brewing background, my dad had to find out how to control brewing processes, learn about brewing processes. So he actually went to Sydney and brought in a chemist that he brought to Bundaberg to help him with the process of brewing. Of course, there was no money, so this gentleman stayed with my grandparents to help him along. In 1968, when Mum and Dad and Ma and Pa walked into the business, it turned over $68,000 in that year. There were the 4 of them, being the 2 women actually didn't work in the business, yet they worked in the business, I think, when needed. And also there was a couple of other people that helped with bottling, and Dad did the brewing himself. The process was scrubbing out wood vats to get them clean for the next day's brewing process. We were the original recyclers. So our iconic stubby bottle was also a bottle that was used by the 4X brewery at the time. So we would gather at the scout places, just like they do now of the recycling of bottles. We would go and get bottles. One of my earliest memories for myself was sitting on my grandmother's knee on the bottling line with a light screen that the bottles went by, and you would check that there was nothing in the bottle or cracks in the bottle. But things were very, very hard. They were very manual, and there was a lot of time spent thinking of ingenious ways that you could stretch every dollar. To be able to afford a forklift back in those early days, my father got one of the early forklifts in town and actually would drive it down the road to the railway so that they could pay him, unload the trains, and they'd pay him so he could pay off the forklift.
It's a story that started with Mum, Dad, my wife and I, now up to its 4th generation, of a true blue brew that captured the hearts and the taste buds of a nation.
My dad, Cliff, is an amazing person. The way that he was able to take something he didn't know and learn about it, his tenacity in able to just keep going through all the adversities, with the help of my mother, Lee, who was always there supporting him. It just makes you feel so humbled to have a person like that in your life.
And Cliff is still very active. So Cliff is still in the board, he is still active. And he still goes, John, we could do this. Have you thought about doing that? And Cliff used to drive around Australia in a motorhome. And he'd ring me up and go, John, I'm in such and such. You get on the map and I've never heard of that place. And there is a shop and they want to sell our product. And so he's our greatest salesman, he's our greatest ambassador, he's also our greatest pain in the bum because how on earth am I going to get in a little tiny bakery in Broken Hill? You think that's going to be a challenge, but I've got to get onto it.
There's a drive, there's something, a passion. Passion is something that Cliff gives to us, and he's also our brand ambassador now. We have a word that describes my father, Cliff. It's actually a verb. You will get cliffed, because my father will spend hours and hours talking to you. So he is just one of those people that loves listening to you and loves talking and finding out about things.
Cliff always believed, looked outside the town. Support the town. The town is fantastic. That is our home, but we've always got a bigger business. 1981, I think it is, in June, we started selling to Woolworths. And that was a big thing. They were our first major customer. A month later, we started selling to Coles. And that's starting to get that national recognition, and we started getting distribution in wider fields. In 1987, he started exporting. And that was by accident. Someone just turned up ready for Expo 88, and they said, oh, we like your drinks. Could we buy some in New Zealand? Cliff went, sure, don't know what to do, but you've got to buy a full container. And they went, okay. And so Cliff sold the drinks, and that started on an accidental exporter path. And one of the major changes we did is we believed in ourselves and we focused on brewing. And brewing enabled us to just do one thing and do it really well. And that allowed us to go national. It allowed us to get better internationally.
Oh man, that's pretty good.
We joke internally that we sell bottles of wow. Because when people drink it for the first time, they say, wow. And for us, that's a huge difference. That brewing that Cliff learnt about, how to do it back in those days, has put really great foundations down for us to build off. We don't do export business anymore. We are now an international company. We've got 300 employees based in 4 different countries. It's great. We've got employees based in America, New Zealand, Europe. And so I'm out there, I've got lots of books, and I look all the time to try and find a book that says how to build a global business from a regional Queensland hub. And I can't find the book, so I'll have to write it myself, when I've got time on my hands. But international for us is now more than 50% of our business. It's a lot of numbers, but if we break it back down, we make around about 700,000 bottles of our little iconic stubby product a day. And so we now have fantastic partners all around the world that we sit and we work with to help them to get better. And by doing that, they remember that funny little guy from Bundaberg, or those people from Bundaberg, that they just try to do better things for us. We've got about 61 countries happening at the present stage. We've got our eyes firmly focused on 62 and 63. We've got a bit of a mantra in our business. It's one country, maximum a year, that we bring on. Because to bring on a country, it's a lot of hard work. And we get recognised for that. We've been named Queensland Exporter of the Year twice, Regional Exporter of the Year once. We've won 15 awards last year alone internationally for the best ginger beer or the best mixer or the best soft drink. And so you've got to sit there and go, well, that's pretty good. And Cliff has taught me many things, and one of the worst things I'm not good at and I'm working on, but it's to smell the roses. And there's a lot of roses out there to smell. So if we just think back about, what are we successful at and what makes us feel, oh, I'm proud. Last year, CanStar, not us, CanStar awarded us Australia's favourite soft drink. And that's voted by consumers. To sit there and think, from a little town in Bundaberg, we can manufacture a product which is world-class using the finest ingredients we possibly can, and then we can ship it all around the world. And then you get a friend who texts you and go, I found this in Iceland. That makes you feel, 100 foot tall. So, it doesn't matter where it is, you see the name.
Bundaberg is just who we are. It is our brand, it is our shared history, And the joy that it gives, representing a town to the world, is just something quite magic.
Bundaberg to us is everything. It's we want to treat the world to Bundy. I've got a global ambition to get the global time zone changed to Bundaberg time zone. That way everyone's on my time zone. But Bundaberg has been so good to our family and our business along the way, and we borrow the name. So we're custodians, we're ambassadors globally. Bundaberg has given us so much, and we commit back to it. We put in over $30 million in direct wages a year. We work with farmers to grow ginger in the local area. We process 100% of all our ginger in our own farm 10 kilometres from here. We buy mangoes from Australia, we buy lemons from Australia, we buy as much local produce as we possibly can. A really great example is when we first started going into blood orange. We bought all the blood orange from Sicily. Now, Sicily's a lovely place, I'd love to go there, but it's also a thing called the mafia, and they stole all the blood orange the first day we ordered it. And so we contacted our partners out at Bundaberg. Do you have any blood orange? And now we've built the blood orange community up out in Bundaberg so that we can now buy only Australian grown blood oranges for our blood orange drink. So I think we contribute back to our local community. We build the business, we build the community together. One of the beautiful things, we've never had a backwards year. So we've continued to grow and to change. And Cliff and Lee and Nev and Glad in 1973 moved to a new facility. And that facility has done us fantastically. We've outgrown it. So we've just completed a new master brewery, and this facility is state of the art. It's fully integrated with technology, but it's expandable. So we've built the building, we've built the entire facility with holes and growth sections so that you can grow sequentially. And it's designed so that we can do that and maintain the family ownership. Because we could go out and we could get private equity tomorrow, but that will change how we do business. We could go out and list it on the stock exchange. That would change how we do business. I think both of those things would mean that Bundaberg would disappear. For our family, we're custodians and we want to do it so it's sustainable.
We're looking to the future and being a business that is over generations, we have the time to go, well, we'll suck that up now because we will get there. It'll just take us a little bit longer. And that's why we're still here 55 years later. Well, family is the heart of what we do. Growing a family business is a difficult endeavour, but it is something that gives a business a heart and a soul. So for us, it is our goal to have the next generations come back in. It may not be in the way that we possibly did it. There's a stewardship through the family. Hey, sweetheart. Hi.
My daughter Bronte at the present stage. She is an international sales coordinator, and she works on managing the Philippines and Taiwan, as well as helping the APAC region.
Tell me about your trip that you got.
We're going to China and Taiwan and Hong Kong.
Okay. So every family member needs to understand the responsibility to shepherd this business to its next phase.
Morning, Case. How are you going?
We then take that further into our staff, that we feel like they are family, and we've had people work with us, brothers, mothers and daughters, fathers and sons. We've had people that have started with us and have been here in our business for over 40 years. It's tied up in the heart, the family.
For us, a key metric or a key factor in being successful is making sure that we've got values that reflect our family values, but also create a business and a workplace where people want to work in it together. Good morning, planning and procurement people. Hey. We care for our suppliers and our customers. We care for our employees' families. I think the formula of why we are successful is people. And the people mean our partners, our team members here, our supplier partners, our customer partners, but not just in Australia, it's globally.
This thing is only about people. It's the people that work with you, it's the people you sell to, it's the people who help you do things. It's only about your relationship with people. And we have a great product, and all we have to do is work with the people to get it out there.